This is Louise for MMA Crazy, and I'm here with Uriah Hall, who is headlining at UFC Belfast. First time to Europe?
First time in Europe, cold as a mother, enjoying it, but I'm a New Yorker, so I'm used to it.
And how are you finding it so far then? Have you managed to have a little look around?
Well, we couldn't really look around, although the similarities to Portland is the depressing weather. However, I love that grind and running in the rain like Rocky.
So obviously you're headlining, and it's a rematch against Gegard Mousasi. So this was not our headliner at first. So what was your reaction when they put this forward to you?
Oh my God, that was my reaction. Because Dana called me about the opportunity. I hesitated a little bit, you know, it's like I already knocked him out. Not only I knocked him out, I was the only guy to knock him out. And not only I was the only guy to knock him out, I was the only guy to knock him out spectacularly. So I was like, why would I go backwards? But you're getting paid. It's a great opportunity, and it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to play the game of politics, to climb the ranks, because nowadays it's numbers is what counts. So I just got to play the game. That's what I'm doing.
Were you surprised that, obviously, because everyone knows that he's trying to climb the ranks, he wants to get into the title picture. Were you surprised that he didn't pick someone maybe in the top 5 and that he wanted to get that loss back?
Well, there's 2 reasons why Gegard picked me. 1, he thinks it's an easy fight, which he thought the first time. And 2, you know, he wants revenge. And for him, as a guy who feels he's been with the best of the best, which he has, you know, I'm a different breed. I'm dynamic. I'm patient. I'm articulate. I pick my shots. I don't waste. And it's just him coming in here and trying to prove a point, and me just saying, no, that kick was real.
Do you think he underestimates you in any way?
I think he did the first time, but I think the second time he'll be more cautious. And, you know, I expect a war. I expect Gegard to be the best Gegard possible, because this is something that really affected him. And I've witnessed his other fights, how well he become after those fights. You know, he's more precise. He doesn't waste time. He's killing people. And, you know, the fight that we had angered him. I think I did him a favor.
And like you said, you know, you think it angered him. He did say that it was the worst loss in his career. And he also said it was a fluke. So when you hear that reaction about it being a fluke, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I understand why he says it's a fluke. As opposed to the kick being a fluke, I've been doing this since I was 16. That's what, almost 20 years. You practice a kick since you were 16. I could probably count over maybe 9,000, close to 10,000 times. And I've perfected that technique. I wouldn't say it's a fluke. I would say it's a high-level kick, and it was just perfect timing. So for him to call it a fluke is just to stir that, hey man, I'm way better than this guy. That was like an accident. He won by accident, which I get. It's actually pretty funny. But, you know, again, it's just an opportunity to come out here and get paid and do work.
Do you feel like you could cause the upset?
I feel I can definitely cause the upset. You know, that's what makes me dangerous. Everyone knows I'm a head case because I'll show up on certain days, and certain days I don't show up. So it's like, well, which Uriah is going to show up? And that's what makes me so interesting.
And looking back at that first fight, especially the first round, how are you going into this on Saturday? Have you looked at that and have you made any changes?
You know, as a martial artist, you're always improving. You're always growing. So I'm always training. I'm always bettering my craft. You know, I'm always working on my ground game. It's not my strength. My strength is my stand-up. But if I get there, I know what to do. As you've seen from the first fight, it's hard to submit me and it's hard to finish me. But, you know, it's hard for me to quit. I don't quit. I don't know how to quit, actually. I've tried, but I don't know how to quit.
And it's been a short camp for you. So what have you managed to squeeze into that camp in the preparations for this fight?
Pretty much just the cardio. You know, I let myself go a little bit, which is the worst thing a fighter can do. And, you know, I started to train a little bit on high altitude to increase my cardio. More of the same thing we practiced the first time, just to stay acclimated and stay ready and move my feet and hands up, stay off the bottom. Same basic stuff, you know, but I think I'm ready for whatever he brings to the table.
And you mentioned about cardio as well, because it's going to be 5 rounds. Obviously, he's done a lot of 5-round fights before in his career. So how is that different for you this time around?
Well, if you really think about it, when you train for like 2 or 3 hours. I do. So a 5-round fight, you know, you're going as hard as you can. If you can practice that in training, then it should be the same similarities. I think it's just more of the crowd, the atmosphere, and the fact that you cut so much weight before could play an effect on your body. But again, it's whoever goes out there and imposes their will.
And lastly, we saw a selfie of you two in the fighter hotel, I think.
Clearly was not my idea. I mean, I would never do some stupid shit like that. But it was an awkward moment. We keep bumping each other. My coach decided to break the ice by saying, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And his coach decided to take a picture. And we're both standing there like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So they took a picture, and yeah, it's a weird moment. I can't even explain it.
So what can we expect to see from you on Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm still asking myself that too. I mean, I don't know which Uriah is going to show up. Dun, dun, dun.
I suppose we just have to wait and see. Thank you.